Hey, Coach Weber here for my third and final video. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate all the feedback I've got. I got a lot of great emails, a lot of great feedback on these videos, and the whole concept of this 3-video series is to show you how to put together a system that leads to laser-focused and efficient practice plans. How to set up a structure for any level program, a brand new youth program, middle school, high school. It doesn't matter if you're defending state champs or, like I said, brand new. This structure will help you get organized and be extremely efficient in practice and really get things done in the right way so that you can get some rapid results. No matter, you want to get your brand new wrestlers winning matches as quickly as possible, scoring points as quickly as possible, as well as your defending state champs climbing that ladder, going up to the national level, or your place winners getting on top of the podium. And this system will allow you to get organized and take advantage of every single second that you have, because it is a limited amount of time that you have in the practice room. So we went over a lot of that in the first video. Went over how to outline your program, your technical system, how to build skill sets, and then I went over the different components, how to drill, how to spar, how to use live situation to develop your wrestlers. And then the second one, we went over what I called the progress wheel. Once you get going and you start hitting the competitions, how do you use those competitions and evaluate your performance and pinpoint what you need to work on, and build a little system on how to evaluate, and then map out what you're going to do that following week or after that competition, and how you get laser focused in practice after that, and fix those things, get better at those things, then repeat it and do the same thing after the next competition. And if you do that all season long, and I provided you with a really easy format with some downloads that I use, where you can document things and get organized really quick, because a lot of coaches are just so busy that they don't have time to watch video. It's hard for them to really evaluate performances and get laser focused in practice, and this system will allow you to do it quick and easy. And in the last video, I mentioned that I wanted to go over one thing. I get a lot of people ask me about this, when it comes to practices. I get a lot of questions about practice room tactics and practice planning, and they ask, how do you deal with, the practice room addressing everybody in there? So you got state champs in the room with brand new wrestlers, and this is at every level. You could have that at the high school, your middle school program, youth program. You got experienced and newbies all in there together. And I'm going to show you a tactic. It's not rocket science. It takes a little bit of planning, and if you have a system in place like I've been talking about, it makes it really easy and it's quick to do, and it makes a huge difference. If you do this every single day and you're not dropping the ball with your newbies, they're going to develop quick. And this is why I won 9 state championships as a team, because I did a good job of not only taking care of my all-stars, my state champs, but the people that were coming in brand new, even as 9th graders and 10th graders, I had guys coming in, and 2 years later, they're placing at the state tournament for me. And when you can develop everybody at every level, that's how you have you can keep a program going, and that's what you want to do. You want people to come in, experience success, stick with it, fall in love with the sport, and then learn the life lessons that it has to teach. So this is the plan. This is what I do. So I'm just going to use an example. You go in and you have your practice plan mapped out, and I'm just going to use the technical portion of what I want to cover technically. So this is what I'll do. So let's just call this the main. This is what I want to go over with most of the team. I'm going to create real quick. I'm going to create 2 versions. I'm going to have my technical version, my practice for the main group, most of my wrestlers, and then I call it the big and new. Maybe your big guys don't hit a lot of stuff that everybody else hits, or your newbies shouldn't be learning. They should be learning the basics. So let's say I'm going in one day and I want to work sweep singles. So we're going to work sweep singles with the team, and we're going to hit backside finishes. And if this is all foreign to you, don't worry about it. This is these are kind of second tier, second level, a little bit more advanced techniques, but they're crucial. Your kids need to learn this stuff. So backside finishes, where you're sweeping backside and finishing, and then if a guy squares up on you, you're gonna low lift him, pop him up in the air. You're gonna do a cut back. Okay, so we want to work our sweep singles that day. We want to make sure we know how to finish. We're going to drop the guy on his nose by hitting him, sweeping him, go backside. If he squares up and starts to squash us, we're going to either cut him back or low lift him. All right. And now my big guys, probably some of them won't be doing that. My newbies aren't there yet. Okay. So it's real easy. I'm just going to pair up some relatively common techniques, and I'm going to map something out for them real easy. So we're just going to do a power single where we're staying on our feet. We're driving in. This is one of the first single legs that we teach. And then we're just going to finish with a knee it up. This is the most basic finish from the feet. Then we're going to run the pipe. Another basic finish from the feet. And we're going to fake a single and go to a front headlock. This is all stuff my newbies should be doing. My big guys should be doing. Everybody should be doing. So I'll just real quick put this together. And if I have a little outline, I have my skill set, I'm organized, this can be done very easily, very quickly. And then when I come in to practice, I'm going to grab one of my assistants, or maybe two, depending on how many big and new guys I got in the room. And big and new is just an example I use at the high school level. It could be, newbies and more experienced guys at the youth level, whatever differentiates them. And you don't want to set one group aside and make them feel bad or anything like that. They're new, they're less experienced, and you need to point that out too. If they're working on different things, make sure they know they're not getting punished. This is the best way for them to evolve quickly. So anyways, I come into practice and I'm just going to grab my assistant or two and say, hey, listen, when we're doing this, they're doing this. Doing this, they're doing this. So on. Okay, and my assistants know how to teach this stuff, so they might have that little group off to the side working on it, or they might just be showing it. I might just show it real quick. I might just bring them all in and say, okay guys, we're going to work on sweep single, backside. Newbies and big guys, you guys are going to do power single, knee it up. You've already seen that, but here's what it looks like. Boom, let's go. And they start working on it, and the coaches are walking around helping them. And then you do the same thing right here. And that's how I handle pretty easily. But if you're having to think up the variations and putting this all together from scratch every single day, you might not get it done. But if you have a system to work from, it makes it really, really easy. Okay? And like I said, this entire system, not just this, but everything I've talked about can be done at any level. You can use the framework I talked about in the first video, the whole evaluation system, the progress wheel in the second video, at any level. Youth, you should be doing this. Youth level, middle school level, high school level, defending state champs, didn't even go 500, just having fun with it. You can use this framework to become more efficient, to develop your wrestlers across the board more rapidly. We're talking about individuals can use this. A wrestler himself can do this, be evaluating himself, setting, knowing what he needs to work on or they need to work on. You can work with a group, you can work with a team. And, I got a lot of parents, and you can also, as a head coach of a high school program, you use this system. You set your system, what you want at the high school level, and then you scale it down a bit and you give it to your middle school coach. And then you scale it down a bit and you give it to your youth coach. And then everybody's working at the same fundamentals, the same foundation. You're feeding right into it. So when those youth guys go to middle school, they already know the basics. When the middle school comes to high school, they already know the next tier and they're ready to go. And then so you're not teaching, they're not teaching different things at all levels. And this makes it really easy. If the high school coach sits down and puts together his comprehensive or his master plan, like I said, just chop a little off, give it to the middle school. Chop a little off, give it to the youth. Man, that makes an awesome program right there.